gentlemen, welcome into, man, what do I say here? There's two different podcasts going on right now. Room 303 and Revenge of the Pod present the 2023 year-end review, a.k.a. the Roomies. This is part two. Thank you for joining us for part two. We'll be getting into best album, best song, best sports moment, and biggest surprises and disappointments on the year. And without further ado, let me check in on some of these people. How are you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here. Glad the homies from Revenge of the Pod could join us. A little sad we don't have Nevada, executive producer Nevada, and the I guess our co-host Nick not with us, and unfortunately our buddy, a frequent flyer on the Revenge of the Podcast, Tom wasn't able to join us. But I love all those guys. I love what we do here, and probably one of the best parts of my week. So glad you guys are here. Let's close out this year strong and give the people some good lists.
Okay. Yeah, how you doing this evening, Jason?
Doing great. Was Eric muted? I have Eric muted on my...
Our setup here is different. We're on the same system, so I mute myself. Yeah.
We're recording in the same room. So
sounds good. All right. Well, I'm doing great. I was just kind of curious about that. Yeah, doing great. Getting ready for the holidays. Getting ready to go back to Texas. Getting ready to cook for my family. I'm excited. Again, I cooked for them on Thanksgiving, and they want me to cook again. Well, I kind of want to let my mom rest a little bit. She cooks way too much. She's just up and down. So I want her to rest and just enjoy the holidays for once. So yeah, I'm good, man. I'm ready to talk about these albums, about these songs. I'm ready to go.
Sick. You sending me tamales or what, bro?
We're making tamales, yes, sir. So, well, if you want some, I'll figure a way to ship them out to you. I mean, if you were coming to El Paso, bro, you got tamales all day.
My parents shipped me a cake, so you have no excuse.
Yeah. Look, I'll pay the shipping fee.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll pay the overnight. I'm also going to get like 50 cents in tamales. That way it matters. You know what I mean? So that way the shipping fee is worth it.
I'm going to let you know, Jermaine, you don't have to pay $20 for a dozen. That's just for other people. You know what I'm saying?
No, he said that live on air. He said, you ain't the homie.
They don't listen.
Homie.
Hey, that's true. If you're on the podcast, if you listen to this and you hear that, you get a $5 discount.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, Shay, if you're listening, because he loved the tamales, because he bought a dozen for my mom. If you're listening, you get a free dozen, but you have to tell us what was the number one song in this podcast. So,
you're just gonna look through the episode now just to find that.
Actually, yeah, best song. Yeah, we'll go with best song.
I mean, none of us on this really care, but how are you doing this evening, Luigi?
Just axe blade to the throat, dude. Nobody saw that coming.
Hey, what an introduction. I don't feel welcome in this podcast right now. What kind of home y'all got here, dog? This is...
Oh, you thought this was a safe space? This is 05 Call of Duty party chat, bro.
Where's your manners, dog? Anyway, I'm excited. It hasn't happened yet. By the time you guys are listening to this, Eric will have come down and visited. My mom will have come down and visited. So I will be very happy and jolly and have celebrated Christmas. So I'm excited to do all of that. Speaking of cooking, and I won't go too deep into it because I know we tend to do that sometimes. But Jason, off mic, I need you to tell me what I am doing wrong. It tastes good, but I'm just not getting the right cook because every time I cook a tri-tip, it's done in less than 2 hours, and I'm not cooking it at a high temperature, so I'm not sure.
It's because you don't have enough, or you have too much melanin. So you got to be like super white, or like a brother from the south to get it right. So you're fucked, dude, because you're just not gonna get it. All right, Jason give you all the pointers, but he falls right on that line of whiteness. That just right before there's too much melanin in there.
No, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what it's because he's trying to like marinate and stuff like this. This is very tender meat. Mm-hmm. So like honestly, just any natural rub, try that first. Also, I have a Traeger. I don't have to that temperature is controlled, It's very simple. And dude, honestly, it cooks in with like depending on the type of temperature that you have, within like an hour 15, an hour and a half. Yeah,
It
not
was
2 hours.
4.
Dude,
Oh,
no.
no
Are you
wonder.
drying?
Okay.
You're drying it out by cooking it too.
Yeah, you're drying that shit out.
It's
Yeah,
not dry, but it's like not as tender as I want it because it's
bro.
like medium well. I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
medium well. You know what I mean? Like, I
No,
want
yeah, like
medium or like
hour 15, hour and a half. Yeah.
You're not temping it?
yeah.
Dude, do you have a
that's what I'm
thermometer?
figuring out. I'm like, why is it going so fast?
So you want internal? Yeah. Right, Luigi, you want internal temp from 125 to like 130 internal temp for the meat.
So medium rare.
This is
Yes.
this is riveting podcast material, boys.
Yeah, sorry.
Luigi opened with we should talk about this off the line, but then proceeds to continue to ask questions on how to make the perfect tri
And
tip.
listen, they added in, so I was gonna go with it. You know, if y'all gonna let me talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my fault. Yeah. I mean, he's right.
303 Network presents Naked Cooking with Bothikwa.
Oh, dude.
Hey, that's that exclusive. That's that Patreon content right there.
Bothikwa is my OnlyFans handle, bro. Bothikwa is my OnlyFans handle.
Yeah, you want to see us do naked cooking? We have an OnlyFans. It's 303.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
If you want to find Jermaine's OnlyFans, just go to onlyfans.com/the freaking Rican.
He can't be the Bothikwa and freaking Rica. You got to leave me something. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're half breed, dude. You don't get credit, dude.
Damn.
Hey, somebody else threw a shot at you. I had to get one in, dude. I can't let my homie be the only one swinging, dude. It's a rumble.
Luigi's getting caught with strays. Oh, as we discussed, we're doing best album of the year. So for the format that we did this year, if you haven't listened to part 1, first of all, stop this recording here at the 7:15 mark. Go ahead and move back to part 1. Listen to that first, and then meet us right back here for part 2. But six people, all 303 content creators have created their year-end lists. We're going 1 through 10 rankings. 1 will give you 10 points. 10 will give you 1 point. And then we've aggregated the score, from there. And so you can get a maximum of 60 points. Without further ado, if you're following us on YouTube or watching us on YouTube, you're going to see the full list. I'm only going to read the top 10 or the albums that are tied for top 10. If you want to know about other things that we thought were good enough to spotlight from on our top 10 list, go ahead and follow us on YouTube at Podcast Room 303 and at Revenge of the Pod. Without further ado, we'll start with number 10. It's tied for number 9, but we have Killer Michael. We have Emotional Oranges, Still Emo. We have Spirit Box, The Fear of Fear, all with 9 points. Tied for 5th, we have Metro Moomin. Just kidding. It's Metro Boomin.
My bad.
Nah, I just thought that was a funny way to spell it. Metro Boomin across the Spider-Verse. I believe the vinyl just released today. And then you have Espolón Armado and Desvelado. And then you have T-Pain on top of covers, and you have Take Me Back to Eden, Sleep, all with 10 points. At number 4, sitting by itself, you have Jungle Volcano with 14 points. Number 3, you have Black Odyssey, Diamonds and Freaks with 16 points. Number 2, you have Tommy Newport's Glasshead with 19 points. And number 1, you have Keitra Mine with 25 points. Let's start with you, Luigi. Give us your thoughts on this list. Or, this is top 10 first and then anything else after.
All right, Keitra Mine was a vibe. I'm glad it got number 1. It's harder with music to like fully agree. So I'm happy with the number 1. I'm not like, what the how? No, I definitely see how, like, okay, that works for me. I could definitely see that at number 1. Tommy Newport was solid. I personally really liked Metro Boomin, considering getting that double vinyl. The Villains double vinyl. If y'all have seen it, it looks fantastic if you're a vinyl fan. And a couple that I did want to ask about. So I heard good things about Orbit Culture. Who put that on their list?
Nevada, right?
I think that's Nevada. That's correct. Unfortunately, not on here, but
I'll have to ask him about that one then.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit him up in chat where he's telling us that he forgot about the recording.
Even though he
Forgot.
knew-
Oh, see, that's how you use air quotes.
Lasers. Okay. And last one for me, I just wanted to shout out Killer Mike. Like, I love Run the Jewels. I'm a huge Run the Jewels fan. But that Killer Mike album was it was special. It was special for his work, I think.
I think I agree. I think that's the best album I've heard from him.
For sure.
Well, solo. Him
Solo.
solo.
It's his best work for sure.
Yeah, let's move on. Eric, go ahead and take it away. Top 10 first, and then any of the ones after.
So my number one album. My number one album was Glasshead by Tommy Newport. Been a big fan of Tommy Newport for a long time. The dude just makes good music. He doesn't seem to be catching like that fame or that, he's not blowing up the way I thought he would. But I think it'll come because he makes solid music. A little foreshadowing. I only had one submission for song, and it's a song on his album. I've absolutely loved that album and him. Black Odyssey, Diamonds and Freaks. Easily one of the most enjoyable albums of the year. You put that bitch on and cruise. Out here in California, driving on the freeway, you got the windows down, air blowing, and you just got Diamonds and Freaks playing. It's a great vibe. Got to touch on top of Covers by T-Pain. Dude, for a cover album, this shit was fire, right? And the dude has an amazing voice. Everybody always points to the what's the shit? The digital shit. Auto-tune. Everybody always points to the auto-tune. He could clearly actually sing. Amazing cover album.
That's the first Masked Singer, by the way.
He was the first Masked Singer?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Didn't know that either. Jason, I love that you put Ashtray by Larat in there. Absolutely amazing album. I remember, I don't know if you showed it to me, I showed it to you, but I remember the first time I heard that, I was just captivated.
You showed it to me.
I did. Okay, cool. And then another thing on here, Joey Valance and Bray. I totally dropped the ball. Did not make my list. Should have made my list. Huge fan growing up of the Beastie Boys. My brother CJ, I think that might have been one of the first records I ever got from him. Was one of the Beastie Boys. I think it was was it Paul's Boutique?
Ooh,
it might have been Paul's Boutique, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway. Joey Valance and Bray, Punk Tactics Part 1, Punk Tactics, awesome. Jermaine, was that you?
That was on my list. Yeah. That's correct.
Yeah. Phenomenal album. Beastie Boys influence, East Coast, New York 90s, 80s influence. Absolutely love that album. Don't know how I dropped the ball. But, hey, it made the list somehow. Definitely go peep that album if you guys are in that vibe. If you like anything, Beastie Boys or, dare I say, Wu-Tang Clan? Dare I say they got a little Wu-Tang Clan in them?
I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, but I can see what you're saying.
More, I guess more like Redman and ODB influence.
The way they go back and forth, I can see where you're coming from. But
just go peep it. It's sick ass new school hip hop with an old school flavor.
The best way to point out what Punk Tactics is. It's a 2023 fresh release, modern production, modern sound, but it teleports you to a previous time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Kind of like Joey Badass did the first time you listened to him.
Yeah.
1989.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Jaybird, let's go ahead and get into your thoughts on this list.
Much like Luigi, I was definitely happy with, not my number one, actually, Kate Tremine, but it was definitely a vibe when it came out. That's all I was listening to. It's a good vibe, man. Just nice to drive to, nice to dance to, I love Amine and I love Kate Renata, them coming together. Did not expect that when they decided to release something together, which I really loved. Jungle, really loved their project last year. And to release something the following year was just absolutely amazing. And Volcano, just another vibe. The different sounds that they have and the production that they have, the value that they have is just amazing. So I'm happy to see them at number 4 as well. But my number 1 overall was actually something that I was not expecting. And I just kept listening to nonstop. My Spotify Wrapped was not what I was expecting at all. And it's from Es Balón Armado, their album, Desvelado. Mexican regional music, and I think why I kind of resonated so much to it is just it reminds me of when I was 8, or like growing up as a kid from 5 to like 9 years old, going to birthday parties every weekend because I have so many cousins, and our parents are bringing a 30-pack, and there's a jumping balloon, and they're there to 3 a.m. Who's gonna fall first? Are the kids not wanting to leave the house because they're playing video games and jumping on the bouncy house, or are we tired because our parents are up till 4 in the morning drinking and singing all those sad songs or great songs that we're kind of accustomed in that Hispanic family. So it just really took me back to it. And yeah, this Mexican regional, and this band actually really blew up Peso Pluma. If you guys know who Peso Pluma is, that one song, Ella Baila Sola. That's kind of pretty much what put Peso Pluma on the map, and people like started like, oh, we love this guy. So people started listening to his music, and then he blew up. So I love that. Eric, yeah, thank you for telling me about La Rata Ashtray. Love that album. I think Nevada put Avatar from Avatar, Dance Devil Dance. Love his music. He kind of goes all aspects. He's like from rap to some rock too. It was pretty awesome. And definitely want to highlight Johnny Yukon. I've been listening to that guy for a while, but I really think like he's starting to find his sound a little bit better with Movies Worldwide Part 1. So maybe there's a Part 2. Yeah, definitely definitely highlighting that. Joey, Valance, and Bray, Jermaine, I'm glad you put them on the list. I totally forgot about them, but yeah, Eric's the best, and you guys are doing that, and I love that they're on the list.
Yeah, that album when I first heard it, I could not stop listening to it. Luigi, did you already give us your thoughts on this? Yeah. Sorry. All right, so it's on to me. I want to spotlight "Struggler" by Genesis Owusu. Look, you'll come to that album and you'll expect one thing and you'll get it, and then the very next thing will be completely different. So that's the best way I could describe that album. Each track is unique in its own right, but it doesn't feel so unique that it separates the album into chunks. It just really flows well together, and the dude shows off his skill at every facet of the game. So I know that nobody else put that on their list, so I wanted to spotlight that one. Let's see. Hales, What's Your Motive? I have listened to that all year long from its release. I think it's been out for about 6 or 7 months. Fantastic album. If you like some smoother, slower kind of rock vibes, just like to chill out and mellow out to, this is the album for you. I thought they did a great job. Also, I was shocked to see that they dropped that. So I was pretty excited for that. I'm trying to see what else is on here. I'd be remiss if I didn't spotlight my number one, Black Odyssey, Diamonds and Freaks. This album was sonically unmatched. The way that he went back and forth with the girl that also sings on it when they were working together, every feature he had, the feature was able to stand out on their own, or just sit right in pocket with him. And I thought the album was flawless. The live album, I love this album so much that the live album also got just as much spin as the actual album that came out. It's fantastic. If you like R&B, it's very much a newer, like a 2023 type of R&B, and it's fantastic. They have a lot of awesome songs. The lyrics, the way they write and pen it all together and sing through it, it's fantastic. I can't speak to that enough. And then obviously, like Eric said, "Sunset for the Dead" is it's going to go down as one of my all-time favorite songs. I can't get it out of my head. I can't stop singing. The dude, Tommy Newport's voice is amazing. And if you're a fan of something like Dominic Fike, or if you're a fan of Omar Apollo, anything like that, Oliver Malcolm, Tommy Newport is for you. It's going to fit right in that pocket, and you're not going to regret giving that one a listen. And then finally, Kate Tremina. Talk about a summer swim like being at the pool type of album that just sets a vibe, like a very much cookout feels, like you and the homies having a good time, like on the beach, at the park. That album encaptures all that, and it just has such a bounce to it that really puts you in a great frame of mind, a great mood. You can't help but not be happy when you're listening to that album. So I think that's a fantastic choice to come in at number one. And the top four on this is outstanding. I will say that Across the Spider-Verse was good, but the Into the Spider-Verse album was better. And because the Into the Spider-Verse album was better, I kind of took it out on this Across the Spider-Verse album, which, maybe that's not fair, but it is the way that my brain worked. And I kind of got mad, to be honest, when I first heard this. I was like, the first one was fire. What the hell is this shit? So I think that kind of took that one out. But and then Espalon Armado, I think I started listening to that because of Jason. And that album, outstanding. We actually talked about a song that Jason will spotlight here in a little bit later, but it's so right up Jason's alley. And then I had to ask him like what the song title meant, because I was like, I thought it was, I will get into it when we get there, but I thought it was a certain thing. And then I was like, oh, it really is that. That just sounds like a terrible song title. Great in Spanish, translated trash. So, and then, Nick and Nevada aren't here, but I do want to spotlight some of their stuff. So let's see.
While you bring that up, I just want to talk about something. So, for people, like, I don't know if this is the case for a lot of people, but for me, a lot of the times what will happen with an album is it's attached to a time period or a memory. So Dreamland by Glass Animals, and what was Amine's the 1.5 album? The one that came out here when we came out here to visit you for Hankey's 30th birthday. Glass Animals and Amine's album had just dropped.
Limbo,
right? So those albums are forever attached with that trip out here in that summer. For me, Tommy Newport and Black Odyssey are attached with Japan, the trip to Japan and the trip to Greece. They coincided. They kind of came out at the same time. So both of those trips are attached to those albums. And I just listen to them repeatedly on the plane and stuff. And yeah, Tommy Newport and Black Odyssey are forever just going to be top 20 albums for me. They came out this year, but the Glass Head by Tommy Newport and Diamonds and Freaks by Black Odyssey will probably be top 20, 25 albums for me for the rest of my life. Definitely go peep them if you haven't heard of them.
They didn't come out anywhere near the Greece trip, homie.
They were already out during the Greece trip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You listened to them there for sure. Yeah, I get that. You said they came out pretty close together. I was like, yeah. You've been bumping that for like 8 months already.
4 months.
It's funny you say that, Erica. The Larade album, Ashtray, that reminds me of my Costa Rica trip.
See?
Yeah, just sent it to me, and I was just playing it like to sleep and stuff. So, yeah.
Love it. What are we doing next? Songs?
Yeah, we'll get into songs. Did anyone else?
Sorry.
Go.
Nothing that's on the list, Jermaine. But best sleep album that came out this year, and I sleep fantastic every time I hear it. The Andre 3000 Flute album. Ridiculous to go to bed. It annoys me that it's so good because I wanted a rap album.
I liked it too. Enjoyed it too, man.
I've been saying it pretty regularly. Like, it had no business being that good for a dude just putting out flutes, no vocals, no nothing. My homeboy said, "Watch this flute game strong, dog." What? Andre 3000 was onto something. He understood the assignment, and I think he crushed it. Probably didn't get a fair shake, but he outsold all the hip hop albums that came out that week with the flute album.
With a flute album.
So that's the state of hip hop. Honestly, I think it's for the better. I think less people should listen to hip hop, anyways, since it's so bad.
Facts.
Let's see. Sorry, any honorable mentions?
Not that I can think of.
I'll say honorable mentions for me. Jamed, The Prophecy. Ice Cold Bishop, Generational Curse. The actual hip hop albums, like if you're looking for rappers that are actually saying something other than bitches and hoes, that's where you want to go. Cartoons, Saturday Night. That, I mean, I'm a huge cartoon stan, so maybe I'm biased. But then you had last I'll give you is Neil Francis. It's all a bit fuzzy.
Ooh, saw it out.
And those are my honorable mentions. We'll go ahead and get in here to best song. So next category is going to be best song. Again, we did the aggregate scoring system. If you're on YouTube, you'll get the full list of the 21 songs that made the cut. And I'll go ahead and read here from all right, this is done. We'll start from 11. So tied for 11, you have Back on 74 by Jungle. You had Yamate o Bloquearte. Yeah. It says,
Llamarte o bloquearte.
Llamarte o bloquearte.
it's not that I can't read it. It's that it says "of" in the middle of the word.
That's my bad.
Try to read Spanish and then throw "of" in, and I'm like, oh, fuck, what am I doing here? Yeah. Yeah. Fast Car by Luke Combs, Alive by Bakar, and The Void Spirit Box. Tied for 6th, you have Goated featuring Denzel Curry by Armani White. You have Gloria by Johnny Yukon, Flowers by Miley Cyrus, Leaving the Light by Genesis Owusu, and The Dirt I'm Buried In by Avatar. Tied for 2nd, you have Daniel Caesar's Disillusioned with Serpent with Feet. And then
that's how it's spelled. That's how it's spelled. Don't look at me. That's how
that's his name, Serpent with Feet.
Yeah,
it's just with is spelled with a U on our sheet.
That's how it was spelled. That's how it was spelled. I don't know.
All right. I believe
down.
you. I believe you. I'm just laughing because I'm like, now I'm like hyper aware. And I'm just going to say Bizerp Music Sessions number 53, the PK diss track by Shakira. That is what Nick gave me. I'm not actually sure if that's the song title. It might not have a song title, so that's why.
Yeah, I think it's just Sessions number 53. It's Bizarre Rap.
Bizarre Rap. Oh. Yeah. It's funny because she's dissing her ex-husband who was a former Barcelona football player.
Who cheated on her with a chick that looked exactly like her. It makes no sense. If you're going to cheat, go the other direction. Blonde. If she's blonde, get a brunette or a redhead. Anyway.
It makes no sense. Don't cheat. Just get out
correction. Don't cheat
out of that shit if you're
But if you're gonna, at least mix it up, dude. Can't get caught with the same thing you already have.
Also, who the fuck's cheating on Shakira? Like, what?
How dare you?
It's like, bro, it's on site, PK.
Hey, maybe her hips lied, dude.
Which who? The knockoff Shakira or the actual Shakira? That's what happened. The knockoff Shakira's hips lied. The Summoning by Sleep Token is also tied for number 2. I almost left that one off. Oh, and Texas by Big X The Plug is also tied with number 2 at 10 points. And then finally, last but not least, you have Sunset for the Dead by Tommy Newport with 20 points. Only 2 people voted for this song, but they clearly picked it as number 1 with it getting 2 10s. Let's go with you, Eric. Thoughts?
I had a clear-cut number 1 for me. Sunset for the Dead, Tommy Newport. Going through the list later, I did forget one. I could easily have put Alive by Bakar on there as 1A or 1B. Those are my 2 absolute favorite songs of the year. Bakar should have been way higher on this list because I should have put Alive. I only submitted 1 song because Sunset for the Dead. Jermaine and I probably played it 5,000 times over the span of the year. I know when Jermaine's in that mood to hear it because I hear him singing it. And I just know, dude. I hear the hum, and I'm like, oh, he's playing Tommy Newport, and
I'll be hitting those notes too.
And then it makes me want to play the album. Like that song is just so good. To be honest with you, I'm not venturing out of my scope anymore. I don't. People send me music, and if it's not something I don't. So a lot of this stuff, like I never even heard. So I'm excited to go check it out based off this, but. Alive and Sunset for the Dead those are the ones I'll speak to just because those are absolute amazing songs. Alive is a little upbeat, go outside, picnic, chilling, hanging with your chick. Sunset for the Dead. Crazy vocals on there by Tommy Newport. Just powerful song, and the way he sings it, it's just perfect, man.
Only person who can sing it better is me.
Nah.
I'd be hitting those notes. Yeah, right. Old ladies be telling me I have a nice voice and everything.
It's because they can't hear.
Hurtful. All right, this podcast is over. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. All right, Luigi, give us your thoughts on the top songs.
Top song, I heard a little bit of it earlier because I saw the number one. I do like it so far. Got to finish it. My big number one was Texas by Big X, The Plug. Got to shout out a non-listener, but still got to shout him out for showing us the song. Cole showed us this song, and I could not listen to the song.
Bitch, I'm from Texas.
It's a fire song, dude.
Yeah, it just gets you hyped.
The first time I heard Big X The Plug, it was like 6 a.m. or something. I was listening to the Meat Boys Blend playlist. Probably should rethink the name for 2024.
Nah, never.
But I was listening to it and that song came on and I was just like, this is so fucking aggressive for right now. So I hated Big X. Like I was so mad. I was just like, who put this shit on this playlist? Ruining a goddamn just gem of a playlist with this terrible song and like skipping like super bad. And then I heard it like later on. It was late afternoon. The sun's starting to set. Your boys sipping on a mean Coors Light. I know that's an oxymoron, but still. And that song comes on, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
You gotta be from Texas. You know?
I get the song, bro.
You gotta be from Texas.
I was just like,
it's irrelevant to you.
I've never wanted to drink Shinerbach and listen to a song more in my life.
Bitch, I'm from Texas. We should just all get shirts that say that and just wear it out. People ask us stupid questions, be like, bitch, I'm from Texas.
I think it would answer a lot of questions. Another one for me that I really enjoyed, Gloria, Johnny Yukon. Great choice. I think that was Jason that put that one on there. Great choice. Obviously, I also put Goated. That was another one. Found it on TikTok first, and then someone put it on the I don't really want to say the name of that playlist again, but the playlist we all listen to put music on.
No shame. No shame.
And it's been nonstop with that one. I got my daughter to start singing that song too. So when it comes on, we both look at each other and we start jamming. It's definitely a good one, and it's apparently kid friendly. So
your daughter is singing Denzel Curry.
Okay. Hey, you got to raise it right. And then Back on 74, man, that's just a really well-made song in my opinion. There's very, very little to critique on it. I thought it's very mixable too. Like we've heard some remixes that sound almost as good as the song, if not just as good. Another very easy to listen to song. I've gotten all my students to listen to that one too, and they all like it. So I'm slowly converting all of you. But yeah, that's it for me.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, get him with the music.
Next, he's gonna make them all Cowboys fans. Boo this man. Boo.
Hey,
the fact that they let him educate children as a Cowboys fan is that just speaks volumes to No Left Behind in Texas.
I like how you put your cap down as if anybody likes the Eagles. Dog, get out of here. Get out of here.
The fan base is voted the worst by everyone. Just the worst. Just who voted on this?
Cowboy fans. So I don't know. That tells you something. Yeah, Jason.
Pony on your shirt? My Little Pony? What is that? You know, that or something? What is that?
Hey, that's a wild card team, sir.
Got the big dick Broncos, baby.
Same as the Eagles, so I can't really talk shit, huh?
Yep.
Damn.
We're getting a little derailed here. Who's next, Jermaine?
Yeah, I guess I should rein us back in, huh? Instead of acting like a bunch of deaf, blinded, mute German kids, huh?
Oh, wow.
I think it's my turn.
Go ahead, Jason.
Jermaine lost speaking privileges. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, so my number one song was Daniel Caesar, Disillusioned, with Serpent with Feet. I just fucking love that song, dude. It's just a vibe, bro. I love love songs. I love heartbreak songs. So a lot of my top five songs were definitely related to either love songs or heartbreak songs.
No.
No, I know, right? Definitely R&B. I get that vibe. I definitely put Gloria on there by Johnny Yukon. That whole album was just a vibe for me. But Gloria was definitely the highlight of that album. Honestly, I could have put a lot of songs from Jungle and K Tremine, but I had a feeling that you guys were going to put that, so I didn't. But yeah, Back on 74, dope. But although I kind of like a few more other songs on that album. Llamarte o bloquearte from Es Balón Armado. Jermaine was talking about it earlier on the album. Pretty much what that means to non-Spanish speakers is call you or block you. He's just talking about a girl that kind of broke his heart. And he's kind of deciding like whether he should reach out to her or if he should just block her, just pretty much delete her from his contacts. But he talks about a story of like how much in love he was with her and how she did him wrong, right? Just like a lot of songs. But again, with that Mexican regional music type of vibe, it doesn't even feel like that sad of a song. But oh my God, you're drunk with the homies, karaoke, you're singing that shit, And honestly, man, like I'm not a huge fan of this person, but this song was just a vibe for me, and I just had to highlight it, bro. Now That We Don't Talk by Taylor Swift, bro. That song, fucking love that song, dude. I'll jam the shit out of that song, bro. Only 2 minutes long, and yeah, I'll listen to it on my car rides when I'm ever driving. But yeah, man, the reason why Taylor Swift was probably one of the best artists this year, even got me listening to her, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, highlight those songs.
Jason lost talking privileges too.
Yeah, I'm holding out. She still hasn't won me over.
Never.
That song's about
good for her. She's rich.
Did you guys see that conspiracy that she's there's like this like leader of the Satanist church back in like the 80s and 90s, and like she kind of just disappeared from the planet, and Taylor Swift looks exactly like her. I don't believe the conspiracy, obviously, but I just thought it was hilarious that they're just saying she's the leader of the satanic church. Can stop fucking laughing, dude.
Dude, that's wild.
That kind of makes sense why they call them Swifties now.
Oh boy. I wasn't trying to start nothing. I saw.
No, dude, good for her, dude. She's the biggest pop star in history.
She's the white girl Drake.
She's doing something that nobody else can do, and nobody else has done. So good for her. I think her music is vastly overrated. Like it's like if I want the pop that she produces, like I would go to a host of different artists. Yeah, dude, that always cracks me up. So, all right, we're gonna move into the next topic here. So unless you guys have any other honorable mentions for best song.
No, sir.
All right, let me get this.
I'm looking at Nevada's list, dude. I absolutely love that one right there, dude. The white one right there. You see it? That's a little backstory for that later. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, that's the wrong. So I should definitely remove this from the stream to do this. All right, so we'll just go in order here. Luigi, you're first, and Jason, and we'll just read Nick's list, and then me and then Eric, and then we'll read Nevada's list. But right now we're moving into the next category. This is best sports moment. We could just talk about the sports moments and then move on to the next thing. So Luigi, go ahead and give us your two options here.
I mean, they kind of go together. That was the second time I've actually watched baseball, and I actually enjoyed it. Was the Rangers winning the World Series. And the baseball rule change has made it a lot more interesting to watch. So I thought that was the best sports moment of the year because it changed my perception. I'm willing to watch baseball now. So I think that's a pretty big change considering I never had interest in watching baseball ever.
Yeah, those baseball rule changes. So here's what it is. Most Americans that I've ever run into have said baseball is fun to watch in person.
Mhm.
Right?
Agreed.
But the product to translating that product to the television has not quite hit the way it would have hoped until this year. The changes that they instituted this year made watching baseball on television doable, which is saying something because that was a far cry from where it was before. So I think that's a great second choice there. I mean, I'm not a Texas Rangers fan, but I did have the Chicago Cubs win a World Series in my lifetime, so I definitely understand, the feeling that you had, especially the Texas Rangers. Like, talk about a team of misfortune. Just
back-to-back World Series.
Back-to-back World Series losses. That David Freese home run.
Dropped the easy fly catch.
Yeah, it's Texas Rangers baseball has been marred with this. And you thought it was going to be more of the same because Jacob deGrom went down with Tommy John, their big free agent signing.
And then the homie broke his hand too.
In the World Series, yeah.
In the World Series, yeah.
Adolis,
yeah.
Adolis
Garcia, yep.
No, but that Texas Rangers World Series run, that team was crazy to watch all year. They literally had, it almost looked like a sine waveform. Sine, cosine, tangent. Anyways, maybe I went too nerdy there. Let's go ahead and move it to Jason's list here.
Yo, man, I'm gonna just because I love Texas, bro. Texas volleyball winning back-to-back championships. They just won, I think, a couple days ago.
Yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was yesterday, right? Yeah. They sealed in the back-to-back championships. So shout out to the women's volleyball team.
Jermaine O'Neal's daughter's on that squad.
I did not know that.
That's long-term pacer. He was, I believe.
Yeah, Indiana Pacer.
Indiana Pacers. His daughter was highly recruited. She almost had like some crazy sickness and she couldn't play. And she came back and won back-to-back national titles, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's fun watching volleyball. Anytime I'm like playing anything Texas, I'll try to put it on the screen when I'm playing video games and stuff. So yeah, it was nice to see. I think even the year before that, before they won, they lost in the championship. So they've been on a tear, dude.
They're almost always. They're one of the heavy favorites usually.
Yeah, and then the Kelsey Bowl, dude, the Super Bowl, two brothers in the Super Bowl. It was just cool, man. It was cool to see. It was here in Phoenix, so I know, Eric, I know you're upset. Your team made it to the Super Bowl, but I thought it was really cool that both of you guys were able to go actually see the Super Bowl, check out Rihanna. I hope you guys had a great experience, minus the ending result. So
minus the referees. I mean, everything was pretty tip top.
Yeah, that was kind of some BS too. I'll agree with that. Another one, dude. Las Vegas WNBA winning back-to-back championships. I know not a lot of people are huge fans, but it's very entertaining to watch. Candace Parker was on the team.
Yeah, she was hurt though. She was hurt in the finals.
Yeah, she was hurt.
Also, you're forgetting the main chick on that team.
Candace Parker. That's it. Let's get.
No, sir.
Who's the main chick, Eric?
Yeah, who's the main chick, Eric?
Kelsey is not the best player on that team.
I'm not. I don't care about who's the best player. I'm talking about wifey material, dude. Kelsey Plum, bro. God,
there you go. Yeah.
She's a hooper. No, she's a hoop. She's a hooper, bro. It's not all about the looks. I mean, she's obviously a hooper.
Oh, come on
she's
now.
She's a hooper, bro. You can just watch hoops with her and kick it. Like, how dope is that?
Chill out, bro. You know it's because she's fine.
Each and every last one of you, maybe not Luigi, but you do Euro steps and layups when you walk through doors. Imagine your chick comes just out of nowhere and blocks your fake layup. Oh, that's the perfect marriage, dude.
I be busting and cleaning ladies' ankles, dude.
You know what I mean?
She ain't never ready, dude.
Yeah, and then Lay Bum passing Kareem's all-time scoring record. I'm sorry, you have to put that on there, dude. That's an all-time list. Like, it's going to be a moment that we remember for the rest of our lives because, dude, it's going to be a while before that record gets broken. It's going to be a long time. We might not even be alive if it does ever get broken. And first ever Lakers.
I'm so sick of people saying that these records won't get broken.
There's one record that won't get broken.
They said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record would never be broken, and then here we are. let's stop saying that. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, with these rule changes, the shot clock, stuff like that, they're definitely promoting scoring a lot more. So yeah, I could see LeBron's record getting broken too. So
Luka Doncic right now, on average, through his first 350 games, is second all time. So like, let's stop saying these like crazy things. I'm happy for LeBron, but like, let's stop saying these records can't be broken. Like, because they can't, and that's why we always sit here and say, "Yo, it's crazy. This record just got broken." Like, that is exactly why we keep track of these records, so that way we can keep track of when they get broken. They get broken. That's how they get set in the first goddamn place. That's a pet peeve of mine with ESPN. So just never be broken.
And then lastly, just we got the in-season tournament this year, which was a success, a lot successful than people expected it to be, and the Lakers were on top on that. You know what that means? They're going to win the championship this year, bro. That's all that means. That's all that means.
Can we stop calling it the in-season tournament?
It's the NBA Cup.
It's the NBA Cup.
All right, NBA Cup in-season.
The NBA did the issue with this too, because I think the banner says in-season tournament.
I think it does. Yeah,
they need to rebrand this shit.
It's bullshit.
In-season tournament is a terrible fucking name.
Terrible.
The NBA Cup, which is what they're playing for, should just be the name of the tournament.
Dude, it's like I'm going home to watch Champion League. I'm going home to watch the Emirates Cup. I'm going home to watch the FA Cup. So I'm going to watch the NBA in-season tournament. It's fucking ridiculous.
IST, bro.
It doesn't even flow. IST is too close to STD.
It should be the Kia NBA Cup. Okay? That's what it should be.
Actually, yeah, Kia is all over NBA stuff. So, no, yeah. I think that's a great choice. I love that they hung the banner. I love that the Lakers took it serious. It's good for the NBA that LeBron, and then by proxy, because LeBron plays on the Lakers, that he took it seriously, because that lends credence to it. Mm-hmm. Also, LeBron could just add that to his resume, and his narcissism is real. Oops.
Yeah. I used to be a big LeBron fan until the past few years. I'm like, oh.
He's insufferable. It's kind of what it is. And then him coupled with his fans, they're just insufferable.
The worst.
And they just like, honestly, yeah, LeBron fans shit on Philadelphia Eagles fans. At least the Philadelphia Eagle fans are rooting for a team. The LeBron fans are like, oh, I'm a Heat, Cavs, Lakers fan. What the fuck kind of shit is that, bro? Like,
pick a team and you ride or die.
That's so crazy to me. All right, give us Nick's list.
Nick's list. So he had Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts as the first two black QBs in the Super Bowl to face off against each other. I really wish people would stop talking about that Super Bowl. Then the University of Georgia Bulldogs going back-to-back. First time anybody's done that since Alabama, like 4 years ago. Farley Dickinson knocks off Purdue. I actually don't remember that. What is that? Basketball?
Number 16 seed beat the number 1 seed in the NCAA.
Number 1 seed. There we go.
NCAA March.
I guess because Virginia had already done that. I guess it didn't stick as hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was Purdue.
No, it's pretty legendary. It's crazy. And then the Panthers knock off the Bruins in the NHL playoffs. Yeah. Texas Rangers postseason run. Jason had, or Luigi had them, the Texas Rangers World Series. But if you watch that playoffs, if you watch the season leading up to it, it was an up and down season. They were hot. Injuries happened. They got hot at the end, and then they ran through the playoffs, I believe, undefeated at home or on the road. Which one was it? It was undefeated somewhere.
On the road, I think, because it was no home team had won a game in the series.
Yeah. So, I mean, just what they did was legendary. And he's got a pretty solid list. I mean, that's, a lot of championships, a lot of crazy shit there. But yeah, definitely a good list.
Boston Bruins won the President's Trophy, which means they scored the most points in the NHL regular season. Mm-hmm. And that was the most points all time. Like they set the record, a record that was said to never have been broken.
Digging in.
And then the Panthers on the Panthers run to the Stanley Cup Finals where they lost, they knocked off the Boston Bruins in the first round. So that was a big upset. And then that postseason run is essentially the same thing that Luigi picked. It was a big time moment. That Rangers World Series was special. I I'm just pretty happy they won, especially because Diamondbacks fans, I mean, if they exist, suck.
They don't.
Yeah, although Jason's a Diamondback fan.
He's not.
Let's go ahead and get into my list here. I cheated because
And that you're a fucking Phillies fan, bitch. Sorry.
Dude, it's hurtful. You with a bitch live on there, dude. Just fighting words, dude. He's lucky it's not LeBron and fucking Ime Udoka, bro.
Sudoku.
Whatever his fucking name is. Fuck that fucking
Sudoku.
infidel. What would you call somebody who cheats in it? Not infidel. That's a terrorist. Whatever. Proceed. Go ahead with your list.
No, I mean, well, infidelity.
Yeah,
Right.
that king of infidelity. Goddamn it. There we go. Go ahead, Jermaine.
Now that we've gone through that rabbit hole,
Whatever, dude.
welcome to
Fuck.
Eric's Brain live on air. Let's go ahead and get into my list here. I cheated. December 18th, 2022 was when the World Cup was finished. That falls in the criteria. So I'm going to go ahead and double tap my boy Kylian Mbappe's World Cup hat trick versus the GOAT. Many's widely regarded GOAT, Lionel Messi, in a football match that was heard around the world. Talk about a hell of a fucking ball game.
Would have been great if it was 90 minutes. Would have been great if France didn't just play fucking the last 30 minutes of the game.
Oh man, yeah. If we would have showed up, huh?
Yeah.
Or if fucking
anybody not named Mbappe decided to play football that day, they would have won.
Dude, it's what's his nuts.
Griezmann.
God, if Didier Deschamps would have got off his ass and subbed on people sooner,
yeah,
his team was. Anyways,
yeah.
We're not getting into football games here. We're just gonna keep it pushing.
It still stings.
I know.
It still stings.
I was about to go on a rant that I have perfected. I've said so many times. Let's just move on. Number 2, I had the Miami Heat's NBA Finals run. You know, they began their postseason by losing their very first game and being forced to play another play-in game. They win that play-in game. They go on to do something stupid special. They beat Milwaukee. They beat the Knicks. They beat the Celtics. And they eventually lose to the world champions. We'll actually get into that on Nevada's list here in a second. So that run was crazy to watch. They were like a 42-40 ball club. They were the literal definition of average in the regular season. But just, this is why we play the games. Very next one, I have Texas college football selection. So college football playoff selection. The Texas Longhorns, much maligned for a better part of a decade, 13 years to be exact. All of it warranted. You know what I mean? Texas has a big mouth, big ego, big university, big program. So it's good to see them finally back playing with the big boys. We'll see how the football playoff works out, but I've got some pretty high expectations. Very next thing, number 4, I'm going to do the San Diego State University's NCAA men's Final Four run to open the season for San Diego State. When college hoops was kicking off, I kept telling Eric, are we going to go? Are we going to go? Are we going to watch SDSU? And he kept giving me the sure, I guess we'll go. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Sure, we'll go. And I kept telling him, like, this team would have won the March Madness. They would have won March Madness last year, if the tournament wasn't shut down. Or the year that COVID shut down the tournament, they would have won the March Madness. This is still part of that team. And sure enough, they made a Final Four run. We saw them hit the game-winning shot at Petco Park on the big screen with all the other San Diego locals. So that's an awesome moment that I got to watch for that. And then, unfortunately, they didn't get the job done, but they got to the final, and that's more than most teams can say.
Yeah. And
then obviously number 5, because I don't think we've talked about this yet, but the Super Bowl this past year was fantastic. The Philadelphia Eagles took on the Kansas City Chiefs. It was the first matchup of 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. The Kelsey brothers played each other. I'm just fucking with you, Eric. But it was tight. I went to the Super Bowl in person, so I had to make the list. But I was not trying to specify any of the other details, but everyone had it on the list. It was also one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen. Like
It was the absolute worst Super Bowl.
that, like 38-35, you know what I mean? Like 72 points, two quarterbacks in the peak of their prime,
Scoring back and forth.
Back and forth affair. Defenses making plays, running backs making big plays. Like it was an awesome Super Bowl. But the referees do what referees do. Why does that keep happening?
You done with your list?
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't write anything down because yesterday the Eagles played the Seattle Seahawks, and the game didn't go in my team's direct favor. So I was hot, so I didn't submit anything for sports, but I do have something. I did submit some stuff for the biggest disappointment of the year later on, which we'll touch back to. But I will say shout outs to Texas. They saved that season, saved all faith in Texas football. But we still made the college football playoffs, so that's good. And then you want to do Nevada's list, Jermaine, or do you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
So this is Nevada's list. So number one for him as a local, Coloradian, is that's what they're called, Coloradoan. Denver Nuggets championship, first one in franchise history, led by the true MVP, Jokic. Right? Jokic?
Nikola.
And then he put early prime season. I'm assuming he means the first 3 games of the Deion Sanders experiment at the University of Colorado for the Buffaloes. They went 3-0, and then it went fucking south real quick. The World Baseball Classic, USA's run, and the final, which was legendary. We had the 2 best players in baseball, one for the Japanese team, a man known as, or used to be referred to as Shohei Ohtani. Now we just call him the bitch that chose LA. Versus Mike Trout and the United States of America. Final pitch of the game, or final at-bat of the game, is Mike Trout against Shohei for the World Baseball Classic. The two most predominantly or the two most predominant teams in that tournament. Usually it's the U.S. and Japan, right? I mean, you can put Puerto Rico in.
Yeah, they're at the top. Dominican Republic would have some bums, some beef.
Yeah, so basically, 2 of the top 3-4 teams are pretty much every time they have this tournament faced off in the final with the 2 best players in baseball. It was amazing. He also had Fairleigh Dickinson upsets number 1 Purdue. Djokovic. God damn it. I don't know why I was struggling so much there. Ended up breaking the Grand Slams title with 24 for men. And then what should have been number 1 on everybody's list was Tom Brady finally retired. Much like Jason, LeBron becomes the all-time scorer. And in one of the most dominant shows in sporting history, Max Verstappen dominated F1 for the 2022-2023 season.
Any thoughts on any of those?
That was a good list. That was a good list right there.
Yeah, it was a good year of sports. It really was. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Let's see. We're going to get moving to the next topic, which is
biggest surprises.
Yep.
Let's go. I can't believe Nevada's selection for this, dude.
I can.
It fucking makes me die laughing every time. Oh, goodness.
All right, bring it back. All right, Luigi, you know the drill. This is biggest surprise for the year 2023. Take it away, sir.
So for mine, it was the headline where the U.S. recovered biologics, again, quotes, from UFO crash sites, even not in Alabama. Let's scratch that. From UFO crash sites, and they say that there's no proof of alien aircrafts, but they don't know what the other biological material at those crash sites is. So, and from what I understand, they did not rule out that the biological material could be alien. So I'm confused as to how they reconcile the two. I'm also wondering, did they have an animal on board? Is that the only other explanation we have? I don't want to jump to alien, but I mean, all the information we're getting here, I don't want to be crazy, but all the information we're getting here tells me maybe we've been visited. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the found biologics are actually the ship.
The ship is alive? That'd be crazy.
Ooh, that'd be crazy.
Fucking Transformers is coming alive!
Every single one of you guys' eyes got so wide after I said
If I
that.
hop in the whip and that bitch doesn't turn into a fucking big robot tomorrow, I'm fighting you, Jermaine.
That would be like Nope. Well, if you haven't seen Nope, I'm sorry.
Nope.
Spoilers. Have you seen Nope? Nope. All right, Jason, let's get your surprise here, brother.
I went movies. Dungeons and Dragons. The movie Dungeons and Dragons was a lot better than I was expecting going into it. I had a fucking blast, dude. I love that movie. Fun time. Recommend it to anybody, kids, family, whatever. It's just it gave you everything that you wanted, and it made me wanting more. So
Yeah, really
Yeah,
hope
and you said really hope they make another one. So, and here's the best part about Dungeons and Dragons, right? They can make another one with a whole new crew and a whole new story, and it don't even gotta. It just be whatever the hell they want it to be. So I thought that was a good job. You obviously weren't the only one who liked this movie, but it made other people's lists, and it was on our top movies of the year. So yeah, honestly, I was surprised. I went to go see it because I love Dungeons and Dragons, but I was not expecting that. Obviously, I have the only correct answer. The biggest surprise of the year is that Eric still has not acknowledged him.
And I never will. I will never acknowledge that boring motherfucker.
Acknowledge him, Eric.
Never.
Acknowledge him. He is the tribal chief.
And my man got cheated. As soon as you say what it was, my man got cheated.
Roman Reigns is currently on a historic run. Eric, can you give me the number of days that he's been the champ right now? He's currently on a historic run. And it looked like he was poised to drop the WWE Heavyweight Championship and the Universal title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes, the prodigal son, returns to WWE. Dusty Rhodes' kid. Dusty Rhodes never won the world title. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble to earn the opportunity at Roman Reigns at the greatest show, the showcase of the Immortals. And Roman Reigns still gets the job done despite that. It was fantastic. The drama, the high pressure, WrestleMania was fantastic. So Roman Reigns is currently on a 1,294 day streak. Oh wait, no, that's not right.
Was on that. That was the streak.
No, he didn't lose on that one.
He didn't lose that Money in the Bank?
No, he got pinned. That was the first time he got pinned.
Oh, well, that's weird because
he didn't lose the title, so he's still the champ right now. Either way, so based on that, you know, Money in the Bank was probably in June or July. You extrapolate another 6 months, so another 180 days.
To give you guys context, he became the tribal chief in 2020, and he has not lost a match since November 12th, 2021.
He did lose a match. That was what that was. So 1,294 days without losing a match. And then no, he's on a run. It's fucking awesome. So I picked him for the biggest surprise because I thought I was rooting for Cody Rhodes to win the title.
Everybody was. America was rooting.
The American Nightmare. We were pulling for our boy.
Ridiculous, dude.
And Roman Reigns finagled us. Oh, Eric, you have one?
For biggest surprises, biggest surprise was Nick was on this episode. Next.
That is a pretty big shock. We planned this for 2 weeks and lost Nevada and Nick in the process.
No, Nevada's saving lives. He gets an excuse.
Nevada's at home right now, bro.
He's still saving lives, dude.
No, he's not. He's at home. All right, so Nevada's answer for biggest surprise was Corey Perry fucking Connor Bedard's mom.
Luigi, do you have any context to that? Do you have any context to what that is, Luigi?
Is this soccer?
Hockey. I'll let Jermaine talk because it's Jermaine's guy anyway. So.
All right, so the Chicago Blackhawks had the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft, right? The Chicago Blackhawks won the sweepstakes or the lotteries for Connor Bedard's services. He's one of the next phenoms, right? I'm talking best ever, right?
LeBron James.
Up there with, yeah, exactly. LeBron James type of player. Up there with Gretzky and Lemieux and Jaeger, Ovechkin. And Corey Perry was brought to the team as a veteran to kind of be a father figure towards Connor Bedard.
I think you took that too seriously.
That was that was a quote that the general manager said, and we brought him in to be a father figure. My man Corey Perry understood the assignment.
Can't fault the man for following instructions.
You know what I mean? He understood the assignment. And so he ended up fucking Connor Bedard's mom and getting fired. He got shit canned. Here's the thing. The organization has come out and said that it wasn't that. It's something else. It's not criminal, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of at the point where it's like, this is the story I'm choosing to believe. If you're not going to tell me what the story is, this is the story I'm going to run and I'm going to tell everyone. So Corey Perry fucked Connor Bedard's mom. Fun fact, Corey Perry does more than break backs.
Yeah,
Full circle. Full circle.
Full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. Love it.
All right. Any honorable mentions for biggest surprise, boys?
No. Can't think
No, I think I'm good. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get into biggest disappointments. Luigi, you know the drill.
So I'll start with my Dynasty Fantasy team just going out in the first round in the worst way possible. Like, I never made less than 100 points the whole year, and I made 59. You know what? It doesn't matter. We're going to move on to the second thing, which is Secret Invasion by Marvel. I felt like I lost a bit of my soul watching that show. I lost a bit of intelligence, self-respect, dignity. Some of it just left me watching those episodes. I felt like it was a waste of Amelia Clark. Huh?
You sure you watched Secret Invasion, or what? That's a lot of pressure on a TV show, bro.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I felt like I wasted part of my life watching that show. It was that, to me, that bad. Personally, it was difficult to get through. I didn't even want to finish it, but here we are. So those are my two disappointments. I hate fantasy football. Thank God I don't care about football. Go on.
We got to set the stage here.
Yeah. You didn't do it justice, Luigi.
Actually,
no, they made me sit through Eagles talk. You're sitting through this.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up some evidence here.
Oh, he's pulling up the Dynasty League.
Oh,
all right. So
I went from worst to first. Go on.
So we'll go ahead and look at the division breakdown here. So we have OnlyFans top 1%. Luigi's not in that division. We'll go ahead and look at the Reddit comment section. Luigi is 13-1. He has lost one fantasy football matchup all year and had a points for of 2018 and 91. And he has a max points for of like 2360 on the year. And he decides to here, we'll just pull up his little matchup here. He decides to go out and lose. Hold on. He decides to lose 117.09 to 59.81. Luigi didn't even score 60 points this week. And
I had 5 starters out, okay? 5. It's hard to come back and do it. Number 3 receiver, and then the Cowboys went and crap the bed in Buffalo. I don't even want to talk about that, but that ruined my fantasy too because let's move on. Let's go to the next person.
I wish I would have tanked at the end of the season and let Jason into the playoffs and lost so that I could have played you in the first round and whooped that ass, bro. Now I'm on vacation just like you because I had to face the fucking Captain Bag Fumble Nick. He's gonna blow it next week. God damn.
Oh, that's enough of our dynasty. Jason, give us your biggest disappointment.
My biggest disappointment has to be Killers of the Flower Moon, the movie, Scorsese's film. I had so much hype for it. I was so excited for it. Not that it was a bad film. The acting was great. Just the story, like I know he's telling a story that's that was partially true, but it's still a movie. What do people go into movies? They want to be, especially if you're telling like a murder mystery. Did not feel like a murder mystery. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew exactly where this was going. So it was very disappointing. I'm like, okay, what was the whole point of this? Like, if you want to make this a murder mystery, some people haven't read the book because I don't read books. You could have made it like, was it really DiCaprio without part of this? Like, it just didn't feel like it. Like, from a person that made Shutter Island, where like at the end I was like, holy shit, did not realize that. It just was very disappointing. I would not watch it again. Don't recommend watching it to anyone. Truly sad.
It's just guys like him just stuck around just a tad bit too long.
Yeah,
just a tad bit too long. Just don't make your last 2 movies and your catalog is almost perfect.
Right. I agree.
Him, Ridley Scott, Steven Spielberg, Clint Eastwood.
They'll just stick around way
James
too long.
Cameron. I know they're the OG Killums, and I do thank them for all the fire they made, but it's time to go. Like y'all gotta go. You have stayed too long. Like it's not even exciting anymore to watch these films. And for fuck's sakes, 3.5 hours is too long.
It was ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous.
I'll say James Cameron's movie's still slapping though. Like Way of Water, I'll watch that again and again, and that's a long ass movie.
The first Avatar sucked though.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, James Cameron. I have a real bone to pick with him. All right, we'll go to Nick. Biggest disappointment was that he didn't make this show. And then my choice for biggest disappointment was CM Punk returns to WWE. I'm over this guy. I'm like everywhere he goes, he just messes everything up. He sucks. Nobody likes him.
He just plays like and I just got into wrestling, but he's just such like he's a locker room cancer. He plays these fucking games like he goes, I'm injured, and he's gone, and he comes back, and everybody's excited, and the next thing you know, he's injured or gone again, or he's causing a ruckus in the back. Like, yeah, dude, fucking go back to WWE. Nobody wants you in fucking AEW, bro.
CM Punk is James Harden.
Hey, dude, I like that. I hate them both equally.
So like that's what it was. This dude 9 years ago, right? 9 years ago, almost. I think it was 10 years ago. Left WWE, accused them of putting his life in danger. Went into a lawsuit with them. He had like staph infections that they wouldn't treat, and they kept forcing him to wrestle and all this other stuff. And said that he'd never go back. He said all he had done from them was trash WWE, and now he's back in WWE looking like a hypocrite. So it is what it is. Eric, go ahead, give us your biggest disappointment.
This might not mean anything to anybody, but I'd rather hang out with MJF than CM Punk.
Bro, he's our scumbag.
Anyway, so I did put something here, but I'm just gonna update it, and I'm gonna put insert Philadelphia sports teams in championships or playoffs were my biggest disappointments of 2023. The Sixers, Jesus Christ, man, I don't even know where to begin. Quez Watkins, fucking can't catch a football to save his life. Gets paid like $8 million a year to do one fucking thing, and he can't do it. The Philadelphia Eagles defense in the Super Bowl just absolutely disappeared. Granted, it's Patrick Mahomes. You know, probably they were 1A to our, or they were 1B to our 1A in offense last year, so it makes sense. But for me, it was just honestly just I know we were winning clubs. But the goal is to win championships, and it just I love my sports teams. I wear my Philly tuxedo every day. You will not catch me without at least one piece of Philly being represented on my body. And if I don't have clothing, I have the tattoo on my leg. So I definitely I'm a diehard fan of these, and just seeing them lose in the playoffs or the Super Bowl had to be my biggest disappointment. It fucking crushed and wrecked me. And I'm never going to forget you guys took enjoyment in talking about it for hours on the podcast today. So I will have my revenge. Much like the Eagles will get their Super Bowl, I will have my revenge on you guys.
Okay, and Nevada's biggest disappointment was the Philadelphia Eagles not covering money line in the Super Bowl.
Dude, I'm gonna go buy Legos and just sprinkle them all over the floor of your room.
Dude, I'm like the chick from Entrapment. Catherine Zeta ain't got nothing.
Oh,
on
you
me,
just
dude.
be fucking dodging them shits like the Matrix and get the fuck out of here.
All right, last thing, coming from one of the two resident Colorado Rockies fans, Shohei Ohtani, moving across the street from the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles. It's not what they're called anymore, but once upon a time they were called that. And he joined crosstown rivals. He went from the AL to NL to join the Los Angeles Dodgers in what is a much maligned move by almost everyone involved. He signed a $700 million 10-year contract, and he was able to get the Los Angeles Dodgers to defer $680 million until after he's left the team, which means he counts for only $2 million against the cap for the Los Angeles Dodgers, which almost seems, I don't know, like cheating or a competitive imbalance, or I don't know, not fair, like at a minimum. Yeah, we've touched base on this on the podcast. So if you want to hear our thoughts on the Shohei trade, he was the what the fuck headline the week after he signed. So you can go hear us talk about that there. But yeah, that was a pretty disappointing. What's funny is Nick, Nevada, and I were disappointed and heartbroken and like upset and just couldn't believe it. We're talking about it for days on days, right? But all year we've been saying he's signing with the Dodgers. I don't know what happened from when the World Series champ was crowned to when Shohei signed, but a part of me truly believed he wasn't signing with the Dodgers, even though for a year I had been saying he's signing with the Dodgers. So it's basically it's my fault.
You guys spoke it into existence, man.
We knew. Look, they spoke it into existence.
Yeah, when they said 700 million with the first 680, they spoke that shit right into existence.
It's so crazy. Anyways, you guys got anything else? Any honorable mentions? Anything you want to touch on? Anything for the year in review?
No, just
think we covered it. Yeah.
All right, 9 categories, 9 roomies handed out. There was only winners for some of the categories. The last 3 categories we touched didn't have winners, but quick recap for the last 2 episodes. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse had 36 points, was the winner for Best Movie of the Year. The Bear, Season 2, had 46 points, most points scored by any one thing this year. They get Best Show. Winner for Video Game is Star Wars Jedi Survivor with 27 points. Winner for Best Podcast is Room 303 and Revenge of the Pod with 60 points. A whopping clean sweep from the both of them. Or New Heights, the only non-Room 303 network-related podcast to chart in the top 2. And then the album of the year is Que Termine by Que Termine. I remember I first was like, I kind of expected more, and then the album grew on me, and I thought it was fantastic. I remember saying I expected more, and now I'm like, it's the album of the year. It's the greatest thing ever. And then best song, Sunset for the Dead, Tommy Newport. Do yourself a favor, go put this song on, and you'll agree, you'll know that it should have had 60 points, and that Jason, Nick, Nevada, and Luigi are uncultured swine. But it is what it is. Best sports moment, we'll give it to the Texas Rangers. Biggest surprise is Corey Perry fucking Connor Bedard's mom, and biggest disappointment is the Super Bowl. All right. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for @PodcastRoom303. Follow our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, or brother pod. I don't know why I always say sister. Follow our brother pod, Revenge of the Pod, @Revenge_
of the pod.
Of the pod.
IG. Yes, sir.
On IG. Should be similar.
Yeah, and then on YouTube, Revenge of the Pod. No underscore.
No underscore.
Yes, sir.
Understood. and comprehended, chef.
Oh my god! I can't believe that's making a thing with us, dude. No, it's because I say heard, chef, and then we just started adding syllables to it, so now it's comprehend and understand, chef. And as soon as I can find more words with bigger words with more syllables, we're gonna change it to something else.
We need some more syllables.
Yeah, dude.
We don't got enough syllables. So for myself, Jermaine Colon Mendez, for one half of Revenge of the Pod, Luigi Orozco. For the other half, Jason Escudero. And as always, we have with us the EPE. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.